All right, so my friend and I were halfway to the gym. I got this update on Twitter, and I put my glasses on. I said, Chris, turn this car around. He said, Austin, you're driving. So I turned it around, and now I'm here. What is up, Batman fans? Welcome back to my channel. We have been covering this for the last few months, so if you're enjoying these updates, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're a fan of this official reveal of the Batmobile, not only the Batmobile, but we get another look at Robert Pattinson in the Batman suit. So a lot of things to talk about, but let's take a look at these images, and my goodness, did not expect another official reveal so soon, but Matt Reeves has given us a look at this more stripped down Batmobile in all of its glory. It isn't as souped up as what we've seen from the last couple of franchises. Even the Batmobile in BVS, which was stripped down compared to the one in The Dark Knight, but this is even more so. I mean, if you look at it from a certain perspective without focusing on the details, some could say, well, it's just a car. And I am a bit biased because I am so excited for this film. By far, one of my most anticipated movies of 2021, possibly my most anticipated. But the first place my mind went was this vehicle right here, the classic 1960s Batmobile, going back to the roots of what we know and love about Batman. Now, obviously, this is going to be a very different Batman. We're leaning more into the detective side of the Caped Crusader, but going back to the roots of what we know and love of this character is fantastic. So let's take a look at this Batmobile. And I would say we have some Mad Max Fury Road elements, a bit of Back to the Future even. You can't unsee the DeLorean once you take a look at it, mixed with what we know and love about the classic 1960s vehicle. It is definitely gothic when you look at the way that the photos are laid out and just the color scheme in general. The darkness of what we're seeing from this specific interpretation so far is glorious, and it is what Batman is to me. This is one of my favorite pictures because even though it does look a bit more like a car than what we've seen lately, you take a look at that engine and oh my goodness, I love how it's at the forefront and not inside the vehicle. It's basically there for everyone to see how BA this car is. You get the side profile, and I think it's so crazy how they've captured the balance of classic Batman with a more modernized way of portraying the Batmobile, which is what we think of as this big armored vehicle nowadays. But Matt Reeves said, no, we're going to strip it back just a tad bit. We're going to go back to what fans kind of know, not necessarily love right now, but we're going to make them love it. And we have to keep this in mind, as Batman is only still in year 2, according to sources. That's when this movie takes place. So there could be more that comes into it as we go, and the Batmobile could progress into something that's a bit more armored, a bit more souped up. But right now, it is a bit more simplified, and even zooming into this picture of the front of it, we kind of get a look at the inside. We see some colors, we see some buttons, we see the vent on the hood of the car. It has that classic black to it, and that could be a way of filtering in or out gas, or just the fact that the car is so powerful. I mean, come on, guys. This looks really cool. Now, obviously, some aren't going to love the fact that this is a more stripped-down version of the Batmobile, but for what I believe they're going for, I think it fits this character. But we also have a look at the Batman once again. And nothing really has changed if we look at the fact that his suit is a bit more armored than what we've predicted, but what we've seen so far. The bat ears, I believe, look really, really good in this picture. And I know we don't get a clear profile of what this looks like, I even believe that the mask looks a bit better as well. Now, we still don't see what a lot of people have predicted as the white eyes on Batman, and that may actually not be something that comes with this suit, but I'm still holding out hope because I want to see Batman with those white eyes. And then we get the back profile of him slightly turning his head, and I do think the mask fits a lot better than what we've seen so far. Now, the cowl is something that people are still getting used to, and it's not what we know as Batman recently, but I do like the cape, the way that it is flowing. We don't get a good look at the end of the cape, and we don't necessarily know how long it is still until this point, but it looks really cool from what we're seeing in these images. Now, I don't know that this specific first look with the Batmobile Batmobile and Batman is as sweet as the one that we got with Ben Affleck, because just the way that that was laid out, the black and the white, the grays, I thought it looked fantastic. But if we're comparing both of these images, this is cool. It's definitely going for a different tone, and this will be a very different Batman from what we've seen over the past couple of years. I just watched The Dark Knight again last night, and the styles of both of these films are looking to be very different. But I really like what we have going on with this Batmobile, and the more we see of Robert Pattinson in the suit. Now, really, we've only gotten these set leaks and these images that people are taking behind the scenes, and we had the official reveal, but it had that red filter over it. This is probably our best look at what Batman is going to look like on screen as of yet, and the more we see it, the more I like it. I still need to see more from him in the suit, because it's not the Batman that we know, obviously, and I'm going to have to get used to some things, but him standing next to this version of the Batmobile, especially harkening back to what we know and love from the classic, I think it's really cool. I took pre-workout, so it's kicking in. I'm getting all shaky, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. What do you think of this new interpretation, this new version of the Batmobile? If you enjoy these videos, 1, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, and 2, I need your comments. I need discussion. I would love to see all that down below. You guys are the best. I'll see you soon.